is now in session.
L'audience de la Cour pénale internationale est ouverte. Please be seated. Veuillez vous asseoir.
Est maintenant ouverte. Je souhaite la...
Good morning. I would like to welcome everyone inside and outside of the courtroom. Now, before we start with today's initial appearance, I would like to remind you that the Chamber has authorized video recordings and the taking of photographs. Please go ahead.
Je vous remercie. Vous avez une...
Thank you. You have 1 minute to take photographs and record videos.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. Court officer, could you please call the case? Thank you, Madam President. The situation in the Republic of the Philippines case, the prosecutor versus Mr. Rodrigo Roa Duterte, case number ICC 0121-0125. And we are in open session.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. I will now ask the parties to introduce themselves, starting with the Office of the Prosecutor. Please pause before speaking and speak slowly to allow the interpreters to interpret appropriately. May I ask you to introduce yourself and to confirm whether the list of your staff that I received prior to the hearing is correct, Mr. Prosecutor?
President, Your Honours, good morning. The list is correct. Once again, Deputy Prosecutor Manjay Niang to my left, trial lawyer Edward Jeremy behind us, trial lawyer Robin Croft, international cooperation advisor Chantel Daniels, and our very able case manager Grace Go. I'm Karim Khan, the prosecutor.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. I now turn to the counsel for the defence of Mr. Duterte. As everyone can see, Mr. Duterte is present and attending the hearing via video link.
Wow. As Mr. Duterte made a long journey involving a considerable time difference,
the Chamber authorised Mr. Duterte to follow the hearing at a distance. His counsel, however, is present with us in the courtroom. Thank you, counsel. Please introduce yourself.
Merci, Madame
I am Salvador C. Medjede, counsel for Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Merci
beaucoup.
Thank you
very
much.
Thank you very much, counsel.
I will
now introduce the chamber.
By my
side, we have Judge Maria. Judge Lorraine Adelaide Sophie Elapinigan, the Vice President of the Court, and Judge Maria del Socorros Flores Vieira. I am the presiding judge of the Pretrial Chamber 1 of the Court, and my name is Julia Antonella Mortov.
Now, I would like to speak to you, Duterte. I'm speaking French, but you are receiving an interpretation of what I'm saying in English.
I understand that you are at ease in the English language, and that the interview yesterday at the detention centre
was conducted in English, and that you did not deem it necessary to request interpretation into any other language during this interview. This said, I would like firstly to confirm your identity. Could you provide us with your full names, please?
Young Rodrigo Roa Duterte. First, middle name Rola. Surname is Duterte.
Nangyari kay Duterte, bakit na?
Thank you very much.
Duterte.
What is your date of birth?
Date of birth?
Again,
Can we request
Talaga ba? Todo drama si Tatay Diggs ah. Katawang nung nasa Hong Kong lang, nung isang araw, no, halos sumisipa. Makakabuntis pa nga eh. Ang lakas. Tapos sabay ngayon dito, grabe paawa. Tsaka parang nakita ko kay Duterte yung ano, yung Saddam Hussein, nung bago bitayin. Yung tapang-tapang na mukha, alam kay. Tsaka yung lagi niya sinasabi, sipahin ko pa yung mga yan. Really, bang ko yung mga ganun niya. Tapos sabi ngayon, first appearance pa lang sa ICC. Parang nakakatakot. Ano ba tawag dyan, Mr. Duterte? Nasaan ang tapang? Nawala na yung pagiging tigre, no? Ang lakas ng tapang mo eh. Tapos sabi ngayon, biglang pang ano? Duterte. Digong. Ano yun? Ba't ganun? Parang hindi mo na kayang sabihin yung pangalan mo pa lang? Wow, ang best actor ah. Oscar. Ang Oscar Award. Grabe talaga si Duterte. Kaya naman hindi na ako nagtataka kung bakit ang daming Pilipinong haling na haling sa inyo. Ang galing nyo si Sarah, si Baste, si Pulong, si Katie, at yung asawa mo na nanghampas ng cellphone. Naku, may kaso pa yun. Yung pulis na pinokpok sa ulo, sa noo ng cellphone. Ang laki ng bukol. Ay, sorry, napamura ako. Grabe no, talagang hindi mo alam mo dito kay Duterte. Si Rodrigo Duterte. Ang lakas mo lang, sir, nung isang araw. 80 years old? Hindi na makagalaw? Ang bait nga ng ICC court sa'yo eh. Pinagbigyan ka dahil matanda ka na. O yan, huwag ka na mag-appear ng personal. Kahit video na lang, video conference na lang. Ganyan na lang. Pero diba, pinagbigyan ka nila, lahat ng hiling mo. Diyos ko, sa iba-iba yan, kaysa Saddam Hussein niya. Halos kasi edad lang kayo na nakakaawa. Ano pa sa kabayin? Nakakatakot dito pag ito binitay. Sorry. Magwawala. Ang mga minions na DDS. Kakalat talaga. Grabe. Hindi ko alam eh kung paano ba to. Maawa ba ako sa'yo o matatawa? Kasi in-expect ko yung yabang mo, yung angas mo, di ba? Ang lakas mong magmura. Ba't di mo dyan try magmura? Ibang iba. Nung pagka nasa Senado ka, nung nasa ko, kaya mo silang kainin lahat, kaya mo silang iwaksi. O yan, kakaunti yan. Ba't di mo ilabas yung tapang mo dyan? Kasi pag matapang. Hindi yung kapag ka, ano yan, nasukul na talaga ang tatay sa bagay, nahuli na eh, no? Kaya ayan. O dito, patunayan mo ngayon. Yung mga sinasabi, matagal ko na kayong hinihintay. Lumabas na kayo. Bilisan nyo at baka kamatayan ko pa yan. O ito. Kung na ngayon, ang mga hinihintay mo, ay bakit hindi mo ilabas ang tapang mo? Ipakita mo. Para naman may pagtanggol mo yung sarili mo. Sabi, libo-libo ang pinatay. O sige. Tingnan natin kung talaga may ilabas mo yan libo-libo mo. Tapang. Panurin nga natin ito. Hindi ko alam kung nakakaawa ba talaga. Ano to? Pang best actor talaga si Lolo eh, no? Galing.
that the question be repeated? I don't think you heard it. Thank you.
Repetition from the English booth. What is your date of birth? Yes, thank you very much, Counsel. I was asking quite simply of Mr. Duterte what his full names were, and then I subsequently asked him what his date of birth was and what his place of birth is. Is that all right, Counsel?
Yep. Of course, I give. My birth day is March 28, 1955. I was born in the province of Leyte.
Late pala to. Kababae niya pala si Pacquiao.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much.
Point. Very well.
Ba't si Duterte naiiyak o ano? Lahat eh. Ano, talagang murong na? At ang urong? Takot na takot eh. Grabe, kitang-kita. Yan ang mahirap sa masyado matatapang. Kasi kapag matapang ka, pakita mo yung tapang niyo. Parang naisip-sip ko si Bato. Ano kaya drama gagawin ni Bato? Iiyak din ang iiyak dito. Kasi iyakin yun. Puro iyak ang pinagagagawa ni Bato. Dito kay Duterte talagang hindi ka ganito mangyayari sa matandang to. Sipin mo kapag ka nasa Pilipinas ka, pagka nasa Kongreso ka, nasa Senado ka, sa Malacanang, super tapang ka. At saka isang araw lang, kaya mong makabuntis ng 3 babae sa Hong Kong. Tapos sabi ngayon, biglang, anong nangyari? Bakit nagkaganito na itong Pangulo niyo? Nakakaawa ba to?
Thank you, Mr. Duterte. As a preliminary to clarify the nature and limited scope of this first appearance hearing. Today's hearing is neither the start of the trial, nor is it a confirmation of charges hearing. During today's hearing, no evidence will be collected or presented, and the issues of Mr. Duterte's guilt or innocence will therefore not be addressed. In accordance with 61 of the Rome Statute, the Court's founding treaty, and Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure and Evidence, the main purpose of this initial appearance is to answer 3 questions. Firstly, the Chamber must ensure that the person who was the subject of the arrest warrant has been informed of the crimes of which he is accused. The Chamber must ensure that this person has been informed of his rights as recognized by the Rome Statute.
Yes.
Third, the Chamber must set a date on which it intends to hold a confirmation of charges hearing. The Chamber notes that your counsel, Mr. Duterte, filed 2 motions with today's 2015. B.
B.
Murder of at least 24 persons,
24 lang.
allegedly criminals,
So, D
or
dami niyan eh. Akala ko ba
or drug
libo?
users. The assistance of persons who were not part of the police at various locations in the Philippines between 2016 and 2019.
Merci beaucoup, Madame.
Thank you, Madam Courtroom Officer. But I'm not going to ask you to stand up because I know your condition, so I'm going to allow you to remain seated.
Late
You
pa
have
daw,
just heard the reading of the charges, which are in accordance with the content of the arrest warrant you received. This means that you have been informed of the crimes of which you are accused. And this concludes the examination of the first point mentioned above. I will now turn to the second point, which concerns your rights as a suspect before this court. To summarize some of these rights, which are of particular importance at this stage of the proceedings. Those rights are as follows. Or to mitigate your guilt, or that could undermine, and in detail, Counsel, have you understood?
We're listening, ma'am. We're listening, and before it ends, may we be allowed to presentation on the circumstances behind the delivery of Mr. Duterte in this chamber.
These details.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I
The presiding judge. Yes, counsel.
please? 2 days ago, the whole world has witnessed the degrading fashion in which a former president of a sovereign country was bundled into a private aircraft and summarily transported to The Hague. To us lawyers, this would be called an extrajudicial rendition. To the less legally inclined, it was a pure and simple kidnapping. My client was denied all access to the legal recourse in the country of his citizenship, and this all in the nature of political score settling. Two troubled entities struck an unlikely alliance, an incumbent president who wished to neutralize and choke the legacy of my client and his daughter on the other hand, and a troubled legal institution subject to delegitimization and desperate for a price cuts and a legal show today on the other hand. With this in mind, it is not surprising that my client was abducted from his country. ICC private jets do not drop out of the thin air. That jet which received my client was coordinated in advance. The UAE is not a state party to the ICC and has no obligation to cooperate with the court. Yet my client sat in transit in that country for more than 5 hours. I invite the registrar's representative to present today in court to explain to the judges exactly how they believe this transfer was anything other than gross abuse of process. given the prosecutor's arrival of my client, an orderly man with
Ano ba to si Daldalela? Medaldeya, grabe. Sinisiraan mo pa talaga yung korte dyan sa harap nila. Sila mismo. Paano kaya makakatulong to kay Duterte? Siya mismo. Bumabanat ang bubamat, binabanatan. Yung korte nahahatol sa amo niya. Patay tayo dyan. Medaldeya, sana naghinay-hinay ka. Sila pa talaga yung sisiraan mo sa bansa nila. Babanat ka rin lang, akala nyo talaga nasa Pilipinas kayo no? Natatapang nyo. Tsaka tumatanda to, napakasinungaling na ito Grabe. Lahat ng pagsisinungaling ginagawa nito. Kaya nung report ng isang reporter kanina lang, ganyan din ang mga pinagsasabi niya. Hindi niya raw nakikita si Duterte. Sabi nasa gilid lang naman. Tapos ngayon babanatan mo. Kinidnap talaga ba? Hindi ko na alam kung anong gagay. Naku, nakakatulong ba tong council mo Duterte sa'yo? Dapat humanap ka ng iba. Hindi naman pwede si Harry Roque. Dahil si Harry Roque, di ba? Ang hirap naman ni Roque. Human rights lawyer. Tapos si Duterte, human rights violator. Tapos may kaso ng crimes against humanity. Paano mo ipagtatanggol Harry Roque ito si Duterte? Paano kanya magiging abogado? Human rights lawyer ka pa naman, kuno. Human rights violator ang ipagtatanggol mo. Paano kaya yun? Tsaka dapat ito sama-sama naman na Ito si Harry Roque dapat ipadampot na rin ng Interpol. Ibigay na ng Interpol sa Pilipinas. Kasi nagtatago ito sa Pilipinas. Although wala pa namang kaso si Harry Roque sa Pilipinas. Kaya lang, wanted siya sa Congress. Tumakas. So, dapat binigay naman namin ng Interpol, ibalik nyo naman sa Pilipinas ito si Harry Roque para naman mas maganda yung tulungan natin, no? Para lahat ng mga wanted dito sa Pilipinas, mapagkikita na. Tsaka ayan, si Harry Roque na nag-aaya ng welga na nagtatago naman sa ibang bansa. Papahamak yung mga Pilipino na dito sa Pilipinas tapos nalakas ng loob magsabi na magwelga tayo laban sa gobyerno tapos siya naman hindi makauwi ng Pilipinas. Ipapain mo yung mga Pilipinong nandito. Ibang klase talaga ito si Roquita, si Harrieta. Tapos ito naman si Medaldeya. Ang hirap, paano kaya yun, no? Magiging counsel din ba si Harry Roque ni Duterte? Human rights lawyer, tapos ang ipagtatanggol, human rights violator na may kaso ng crimes against humanity. Hirap. Sabagay, pera lang talaga. Mamaya, abangan nyo kay Sarah. Discuss natin si Sarah kasi sa bibig niya mismo nang galing na okay naman doon tatay niya Kaya kalma kayo mga DDS Okay na okay yung tatay niyo. Di umano, ayaw kay Sarah. Ito si Medaldeya, okay na, napahiya na naman. Tapos sabay, di ko alam kung anong klase ito. Sinisiraan niya yung court na magja-judge siya. Okay lang to. Okay ba itong ginagawa nito matandang to? Pinapahamak mo yung amo mo, lalo. Sige, gawa ka pa ng fake news. Diyan pa talaga sa bansa nila, Ibang klase kayo, mga DDS kayo. Sige, bye muna sa ngayon, Mamaya ulit.